So we're hoping now that we're taking the right path towards Maiden Bower Hill Fort. We've now reached the Maiden Bower Hill Fort, which is an Iron Age fort next to Dunstable. It's of national interest. We found evidence of Neolithic activity previous to the hill fort. When you look at this place on a Google Maps, it's just a great big circular area. Can you imagine the community that would have lived within this hill fort? And also think about the fact where it lands. It's a fantastic place. If only we could see it with the eyes of the people that lived here. Of course, it just looks like a field now, but it is really interesting. To the right here you can see Maiden Bower in the distance, and here on the left we can see some excellent art that's been drawn on this fencing. And look at this bench, a little weathered but still very nice. From here you can see the Chiltern Hills or the Dunstable Downs in the distance. This has been one of the most rewarding walks we've done. Not only is the sun out, the birds have been chirping all the way around, but there's been fascinating history as we've gone, and it's been just truly refreshing. Really enjoyed it. If you get a chance to come out and do the Totternhoe walk, highly recommend it. Get out here, get your feet moving and have some fun. 1086, the Domesday Book mentions that there were 4 mills in Totternhoe, and of interest, this Doolittle mill possibly was at the location where one of those mills would have been, formerly known as Horsham Mill. 1815 to 1825 is when this one was built here, and you can see there's the windmill. Now this was really interesting, this place, because it used both water and wind power, and then latterly it was steam power. Now I can't film here because there's somebody's home, so I'm not going to, but you can hear in the distance the water running, because we're on Wellhead. Sadly there was a great wind that blew the sails off the top of the windmill, and they landed in the mill pond. So that was the end of that. So they capped it off, as you saw in the little bit of video just now. But there it is, and I have to say, It's fantastic. It's great to see these windmills, and they're still about. They may not have the sails, but the history of them is still there. This is the hill that the map said at the end you could avoid by going a shortcut, but we're going to give it a go, even though, you know, we've walked quite a bit now. One of the interesting things about Totternhoe, which is really fascinating, is the fact that they have medieval quarries that lie on the hillside, and they appear as a series of infilled pits or spoil heaps where there's been some extraction scars lying above the ground and even in the woodland. Some places of note that have used what is called Totternhoe clunch are places such as Windsor Castle and Westminster Abbey. It's a soft limestone, so it's not very good for weathering on the outside, but it can be carved into a very pretty thing. It was initially handed over by Henry I in a grant of land to the Dunstable Priory around 1131, and of course it's changed hands since then. Now there is still continuing to be quarry work being done on this Totternhoe clunch, and it's not on a large scale, but it's just for refurbishment or repair to those places that we've just mentioned to you. Really interesting. And throughout the land you can see scars on the landscape where there has been quarrying all the way round Totternhoe. From the top of Dunstable Downs we filmed the St Giles Church, and the St Giles Church has also had parts of it that have been decorated by the Totternhoe clunch. If you want to watch the Dunstable Downs video, we encourage you to look at the link as shown above. Now what is even more fascinating, and actually this is one of the reasons I absolutely love Totternhoe, and I'll be discreet here, is that perhaps around 2005 I was involved in a time team dig, and that was on a Roman villa, because I absolutely love Roman history, especially Romano-British Roman history. But opposite the St Giles Church is the Totternhoe Villa, and I won't be filming too much because it's private land, but effectively under these fields is the Totternhoe Villa. And they were excavated between the years of 1950 and 1960. Two excavations took place. If you want to read about it, you can find some information in the Man's Head documents, because they are an archaeological society of Dunstable, and they have recorded exactly what took place here at the villa. Now the villa was around 4th century, and a courtyardish sort of thing, a little bit of tesserae, and they found Roman pot, of course. It seems it had been used over many years. It's had a few fires and it had been refurbished a few times. But I absolutely love the idea that there's a Roman villa here at Totternhoe and being overlooked by the old Icknield Way, by the Dunstable Downs, and I think that's such a romantic thing. Of course, for the poor farmer, this makes things a bit difficult for him, because he cannot farm the land where the actual villa is, because it's a listed building underground. So that field actually becomes no good to him, so he can only store stuff upon it. But yeah, I think that's a brilliant thing. So did you know there was a villa here in Totternhoe? A Roman villa? Well, there is. Brilliant. When you think about the skills that are needed to mine this stuff, this Totternhoe clunch, over the last 1,000 years, and then of course the skills to turn them into ornamental features on buildings. Fantastic. So Totternhoe is also a designated nature reserve, and when you get here, obviously you'll be able to see why. It's a beautiful place, but it has a unique set of fauna. There's plants here that need to be protected, and of course there is wildlife as well, and there are sheep, which we've just discovered as well as we go around on the walk. So enjoy, be safe, but it's such a pretty place. Get down here. Well, that concludes our walk around Totternhoe. We hope you've enjoyed some of the scenery. There's some fantastic history here. Really enjoyed walking around it. It's been very pretty, the weather's been good, and although we did probably get lost a couple of times, which we're not going to tell you about, we actually found our way back onto the track, and it's been brilliant. I encourage you to get out here and have a look. I may also encourage you to have a look at some history on the place. There's so much here, we could have filmed for days and days. It's a brilliant village with a fantastic history. So until we see you again, we encourage you to put some comments in the remarks, to give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe if you haven't already done so. See you very soon. Take care and please be safe. One of the things I love to see is the natural habitat, but I also love to see the animals that are in the area. Look at these gorgeous horses. They're thinking, oh, a bit of sunshine on me. And there he's having, well, I suppose it's his brekkie stroke brunch. Yum yum. Pan round because I want to show you done. Look, she's not happy because of her hair. I don't know what's the problem.
I'll try not to swear.
That's lovely, thank you.
Thank you.
Nothing to panic about here. Don't panic. Calm. Just walking past you. No stress. I prefer chicken anyway. So don't worry. Alright? It's alright. No worries. That's interesting. You boys are all this sort of colour. Yeah? Yeah? Including you. But on this side, the less adventurous ones are this colour. So they obviously ain't brave enough to jump over the fence and make a run for it. See, Neris is very sharp. She's just noticed that these boys over here have all got like horns.
So they're rams, aren't they?
Whereas these individuals on this side haven't got horns. So maybe that's why they're separate.
Yeah.
Maybe some are bullies. Think they're hard because they got horns.
Yeah, they need to be careful. They have to keep them separate because,
yeah,
you know.
Got a bit of an attitude. Well, that concludes our walk around Totternhoe. We have had a fantastic time. It's been beautiful, it's been historical, it's been really refreshing. We hope you enjoyed the video. We encourage you to get out and have a go yourself, to have a look round.